What's going on, guys? I didn't make a video yesterday and the day before that. And it's for a reason. Like I told you guys before, I'm trying to have an upload schedule, and I definitely want to fit in very smoothly. I want to integrate it very smoothly. So it'll definitely be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, that I will be uploading videos. There's been a couple things that I want to make videos about, but I want to discipline myself. It's very hard for me not to make videos when I actually see stuff that is interesting to talk about. But yeah, on with it. West Virginia lawmakers complete a Bitcoin money laundering bill. Yeah, like I kind of figured that was going to happen at some point. Like I said, when Bitcoin becomes more popular, um, it's going to be people are going to try to regulate it more. I remember the golden days, called the golden days, when Bitcoin was very cheap in the 200, 300 range. No one really gave it too much of a thought. No one really thought it might even be anything where it could be now. And right now, it's still very cheap. Um, so no one really gave it too much of a thought. I guess most people just thought it would just die off and go away on its own. And it hasn't. It actually got stronger, and along with other cryptocurrencies. So now it's becoming a point where these lawmakers are trying to figure out a way to control it in a way before it gets to the point where they have zero control. I think we're well past that zero control point. It's already pretty much well adopted globally. I'm not really too sure how you're going to go about money laundering bill. I mean, how exact? Because these laws are very loose in terminology. So what would be the definition of money laundering? If you just suspect me of buying something suspicious online, or just buying stuff, maybe just think I'm doing drugs or selling drugs, and I just so happen to have a Bitcoin account, do you have the right to seize my Bitcoins just for that? I don't know. I just feel like it's very loose. It pretty much classifies anyone as a criminal before they really are a criminal. But ongoing, it will basically make it a felony if you are caught money laundering with Bitcoin. Like I said, there's really no real way. There's no set in stone uh, definition of money laundering. There's no like step by step definition of, if you do these steps, you are considered you are money laundering. There really is very loose. So I feel like that might be abused a lot, and in many ways down the road. And that's not a good thing. Just leave things alone. I'm not understand. But this is in West Virginia. It's not like the whole United States or the whole world or anything. Yeah, so they just will be missing out. I realize the more people try to regulate things, the more people want it. So the more you try to regulate it, it's just going to make it where people want it that much more. If you just let people do whatever, like marijuana, I'm pretty sure if you didn't make a law against it, most people wouldn't really care whether to smoke or not. But now they made it to the point where you go to jail and prison for a plant. So it just makes people kind of want it more. Like, I'm not really too sure. We're getting off topic, but yeah, I don't think that's a very good thing at all to try to have a money laundering bill at all. I think that's just so stupid. But on to other news. Let's not harp on that too much. And I know I wasn't going to talk too much more about this, but I just want to put it out there. I want to seek the facts. I want to make sure that we're all up to date, exact figures. With Onecoin. Onecoin, when I last made a video, was seized by, it was 3 million that the government seized from Onecoin. Well, now it's up to $5 million. They're pretty much done. I mean, that is a dead horse right there. It's done. We all seen this coming. Like I said before, we all seen this coming. 18 Onecoin developers, I believe, were arrested. I don't know. It's just, I don't recommend anything. I don't even really recommend too much altcoins. Like I said, I stick with Bitcoin, but time to time I will dabble into some altcoins. The top tier altcoins. I don't even like saying altcoins, but We don't have another word to call them. So I'm going to use altcoins. But I do dabble in a little bit into altcoins like, Dash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classics, those type of coins I'm talking about, not like way on the bottom of the charts type of coins. Though the top tier coins are the ones that have the most potential to actually have gains and do not so much shady stuff. But when you're talking about like down to the very bottom, if you look on Coin Market Cap, I'll stay away from those. Like Litecoin is good, stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of Ethereum, but like I said, there is gains in there, and I don't feel like it's just a scam. Unlike Onecoin, it's just a complete scam. I don't like the whole hard fork that Ethereum did. When the DAO hack, I don't. That's one of the main things I really don't stand with. And also with the whole JP Morgan, and I'm not really with it. That's just not my cup of tea. I'm not trying to down talk Ethereum. It has potential. It's not my cup of tea. Not for me. It's just something I'm not into. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just I'm not really into it that much. But I will cover it on the channel. If something good happens, I will talk about it. But yeah, guys, as a lot of people like to try to get rich quick in this crypto space. And at this point, it's almost like you could throw money at any cryptocurrency and you're gonna make money. It's almost at that point. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know if this is the new era of just all cryptocurrencies that are going to give you a nice, good return. But at this point, you can pretty much throw money at anything and it will give you some type of return. But there are exceptions, like coins like Onecoin that are just downright a scam. You don't want to put money into that. There are coins out there that are just made to scam you. So, do your homework, do your research. Don't just put money into anything. But it's good times right now. It's kind of crazy how, this is such a small pool of people that know about cryptocurrency. And just the other day, I was actually going to make a video about this too. It just now popped back in my mind. Just the other day, I overheard someone talk about Bitcoin. And it had nothing with me initiating the conversation. I literally was walking into McDonald's. And as I sat down to drink my coffee, like you guys always see me do on the videos, I overheard two girls talking about Bitcoin. I couldn't really hear too much exactly in detail, and I kind of got there late because I pretty much switched topics. And I didn't want to be a creep and just, hey, Bitcoins, and start talking to them. But it was kind of good to hear other people outside of my circle of people who I got into Bitcoin and people who know about Bitcoin and you guys and, just random strangers talk about it on their own. It just kind of gave me a good feeling like this thing is really taking off. It hit me. It blew my mind, honestly. I thought I was going crazy when I heard them say the word Bitcoin, but yeah, I mean, that's good news. That's definitely good news to see that it's growing. It's definitely growing. Onto this little article. Well, apparently someone got kidnapped and the ransom was for Bitcoin. So it was out in Brazil. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying before. Right now, the golden days of Bitcoin, when Bitcoin is very cheap, no one really gave too much of a thought of it being where it is now. So it was you could kind of tell how much you have, how much Bitcoins you have, and it wasn't really that much of an issue. Like if you had 10 Bitcoins, it really didn't really matter. You could just say, I have 10 Bitcoins, and people will be like, oh, wow, it's like $1,000, cool. Now you go around trying to tell people you have 10 Bitcoins. It definitely changes. People look at you a little different because you look like you have some money. So now most people, especially YouTubers, I don't really suggest even announcing how much you have. And I'm not saying because of you guys. It's just there are people out there that are going to look at you as a target, especially when Bitcoin becomes more and more valuable. You become somewhat of a target because people just automatically expect you to have a lot of money. Me, I'm not rich. I'm definitely not the rich guy at all. Like I said, I wish I would have had a lot more, but I feel comfortable if Bitcoin was to fly up to the moon. I kind of got to my goal. I'm still trying to get more, of course. But yeah, I just want you guys to be careful with who you're saying, how much funds you have, and showing people your Bitcoins and stuff like that. Because like I said, right now, yes, Bitcoin's kind of, pricey, but this is nothing. I feel like Bitcoin's going to go way higher than this. This is going to look cheap years from now. This is going to look like a deal years from now. And those same people that you're talking to and showing your Bitcoins to, they're not going to forget. They're not going to forget when, they see you have 10 Bitcoins and it hits year 2020, year 2021, or year 2023, and your Bitcoins is like at $10,000. You're not going to forget. So yeah, just keep that private. I just definitely want to stress that. I'm always stressing that. But this kind of proves it. I'll let you guys read the article. I don't like to give out the spoilers. I'd rather you guys kind of read it and come to your own conclusions. But all right, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. And like I said, definitely in the upload schedule. So just expect it. All right, guys, see you.